Salute wrestling friends. Welcome to the Goodbread Wrestling channel, also known as Figure 4 TV. Now today we're going to talk about Miss Mercedes Moné versus Athena in AEW. Man, this is make or break. This is make or break, guys. Check out that intro. When we come back, we get straight into the subject. Alright guys, and we back. So the question is, are we getting Athena versus Mercedes Moné soon? Well, we know, and if you didn't know, on Dynamite, Mercedes Moné defended her TBS title for the 16th time. And guess who won? Guess who won, guys? She defended it against Billie Starkz. It was a back and forth contest. Like most of Sasha Banks' matches, she been putting on great matches, guys. I want y'all to understand. Her matches has been crisp. There's no story, but the in-ring action has been crisp. And with this particular match, they tried to make a story as if Mercedes was gonna put this girl over. Like, they did. It was so unnatural, guys. And these storylines gotta come off natural. If you're gonna tell a story like, oh, the experienced veteran is she's in a match with a young rookie, a 20-year-old rookie, and the rookie is giving her all. And if you're gonna try to put over the rookie and still win, you gotta have that come off natural. AEW and the commentary, they kept alluding to that. So they kept forcing that and chugging that down our neck to make us believe that that's what it was. Now you can't tell us that's what it is. That's why you write the story the way the story tells what it is. You can't just go verbally tell us what you want us to see out of the story. No, the story's supposed to show it. And that's what this match was pretty much. You know what I mean? It was a good match to me though. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was the main event of Dynamite, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you. But ultimately she won because of her moneymaker finishing move. But following the match, Mercedes Moné cut a promo about the girl Starkz. And while she gave the 20-year-old kudos, Moné criticized the person that trained her.
Congratulations on yet another successful title defense.
And how many is that now, Renee?
16-0. But Mercedes, that kid gave you a hell of a fight out there tonight. How surprised were you by Billie Starkz tonight?
You know what? You're right. That kid did put up a fight. You know, that kid, Billie, has a lot of heart. But it takes more than a heart to beat me. I mean, who trained her? Who mentored her? I mean, whoever trained her knows nothing about professional wrestling. I mean, if I would have trained Billie Starkz, she might have had a chance at beating me for this tonight. Who am I kidding, Renee? No, she wouldn't, because I am the greatest TBS champion of all time. And with that stupid kid, Billie Starkz, learned tonight that there's no stopping the money train. On to 17-0. Bye, Renee.
See ya, congratulations.
And guess who's the person that trained her, y'all? Yes, the person that trained her is Athena. For those who don't know, Billie Starkz is one of Athena's minions. Based on the story, Billie was trained by the ROH Women's World Champion. And let me tell y'all something, right? A list came out a couple weeks ago talking about the greatest black champions and the greatest black women's wrestlers. And Athena's name was not even on the list, and she should be at the top. You heard it here first at Goodbread Wrestling, aka the Figure 4 TV. Athena and Flash Funk, Too Cold Scorpio, are the best black pro wrestlers of all time, men and women. But yes, Athena should have been on that list, guys. Yes, but Athena is the one that trained her. And Athena replied, guys. She said, "That's cute, considering it took you over a year to get 16 wins. So let's just agree, Minion 400237 3/4 still sucks, and you're gonna have to try harder than that if you want me. With love and anger, Athena. So it is going down on social media between Athena and Mercedes Moné. So will they have a match at Dynasty? Fightful Select has reported that AEW does indeed plan on doing Athena versus Mercedes Moné, with the match likely taking place at Dynasty. Athena versus Moné has all the tools to be one of the best, if not the best rivalry in AEW. Let's hope that this rivalry is just the start of Athena finally making the transition from ROH to AEW. Athena has been a great champion for ROH, but she's stuck behind a paywall where barely anyone has seen some of her best work of her career. Athena has been the ROH Women's World Champion for over 830 days, and nobody is saying anything about that, bro. Nobody is giving this woman credit. Like, this is what I'm telling you. This is the greatest black professional women's wrestler of all time. She has successfully defended her belt 28 times against names such as Mercedes Martinez, veteran, Willow, Sasha beat her, Billy Starks, Angelina Love, Allison Kay, and Hikaru Shida. The TBS champion actually revealed in Moné Mag that one of her top 5 dream matches is against Athena. Quote, "My team wanted to know what my top 5 fantasy matches of all time would be. Those could be wrestlers past and present. I wanted to throw in a bout with the likes of Eddie Guerrero, but we decided to stick with just females. Here goes my Moné top 5 fantasy opponents. Menamiya Toya. When I watched her, I was in awe. I could not believe a woman could wrestle like that or perform the way she performed. Not to mention that she could do so much in matches that lasted 30 minutes or longer. She was way before her time and my number 1 fantasy match. Next, Koku Inu. Because I grew up watching Toya, my second dream match will have to be to one of her best opponents. Kiku Inoue. She is a wrestler that I have always looked up to, and when I see her wrestle, I am always in awe as well. Number 3, Trish Stratus. She was just a girl back in the days, and even now, she can just go. I watch her on TV as a fan in her prime and still wish I could lock up with her. Mickie James. What I say I loved her versus Trish Stratus storyline growing up. I was so inspired by it. I never saw a woman's storyline like that. That made it even more incredible was that it lasted for an entire year, which seemed unheard of for women. They even had an amazing WrestleMania match. I was only a teenager then, but they just truly inspired me. So Mickie makes the list for sure. And last but not least, she mentions Athena. They say fantasies can't come true, only dreams can. On that note, a dream match would be against Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. I've only had 2 matches with her, but they have been multi-woman matches. I think she's an incredible talent, like the others. I've never seen women do things that she done before. She also seems to love it just as much as I do. I think if I'm given the chance and opportunity, we would have one of the greatest matches ever. And I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree. But she gotta win, Miss Moné. She gotta win. She gotta win. And it gotta be a trilogy. And even if you gonna win. You gonna win a battle. You gonna win a battle. You gonna win a battle. But she gotta win. Miss Moné. She got to win. And that's the problem, Miss Moné. Like, you are doing nothing to elevate anybody that she steps in the ring with. Sasha don't elevate anybody at all, guys. You know what I mean? That Harley girl, she could have dropped one of them titles to that girl. That girl over, man. That girl over like Rover. Sasha could have dropped one of them titles and then beat her for it. But you know what I mean? Like, Sasha, you don't gotta hold on to every single title. Sasha, like, if you're gonna hold on to the TBS title, which is only the TBS title, you know what I mean? And skip the Athena. When is we gonna get Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm? You know that AEW is all about the hot shot match. AEW is all about hot shot booking and putting the best in-ring performers in there together. When are we gonna have a title for title match with Sasha Mercedes Moné, and Toni Storm? And you know, Toni Storm is not letting that women's world title go because that is more important than the TBS title that Sasha Banks is holding. And that's what makes no sense to me. And I'm going to kind of go on a rant right now because Sasha is getting paid way too much. If she's the highest paid woman in pro wrestling, then why is she only the mid-card champion? The television title ain't never been the greater than the women's world title. Toni Storm holding it down. And remember, Toni know what time it is. Toni know that it's going to be a bunch of girls that come from WWE that try to come over and try to take her spot. And she ain't having it. Remember, Toni said it at the press conference when she was addressing the Nikki Bella. Let's go to that.
Yes, I know this is usually the part of the night where I come out and I humor you all with my one-liners so that you can monetize you on YouTube, but to be honest, I'm not in the fucking mood. So I prepared a statement. How you going, by the way?
Tremendous. Congratulations.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
How long do I have to do this? Week after week, night after night, before you realize that I am the one who is transcending this business. Just because I don't go out there and say it doesn't mean it's not true. Do I really have to tell you every single night? Are you that thick? Too busy chasing people, blithering about goosebumps and levels and storytelling in cinema. Go see a fucking movie. Nicole Garcia thought about joining AEW when she saw what Mercedes did. You know why she didn't? Because then she saw me and realized she can't hold a pussy-scented candle to what I do. I am the one taking this company to new heights. And I don't even try to. I'm just being me, and it's the greatest thing I could ever be. And it's the greatest thing that could happen to all of you too, for every one of you who saw me all those years ago and thought, she has potential. You had absolutely no idea it was going to get this good, did you? Tomorrow morning, your headlines should read, holy fuck, was I wrong? And Anthony, I promise you, no matter how many matches I win, no matter how many stories I finish, I will never call you into the ring to celebrate with me.
So to wrap this on up, guys, aside from that future feud with Toni Storm that I really believe Tony Khan is avoiding because he know Toni Storm is making the money. Sasha is not making him no money, but he like rolling Sasha out. I don't know what's going on there, but I can absolutely almost guarantee you AEW and Tony Khan's creative is going to mess this this Athena versus Mercedes Moné, they're going to mess that match up. Because a match like that need a story behind it. A match like that could go on for a whole year. Sort of like the Trish versus Mickie James storyline. That's supposed to go on for like a whole year and culminate in a big match. But no, he gonna put them together on Dynasty. They're gonna have a match, and Sasha probably gonna win. And then who she gonna face? Because after this Athena feud, ain't too many people that's gonna wanna go up against Sasha Banks. Ain't nobody gonna wanna fight her. She gonna be sitting over there with all of them titles and no opponents. You see what Toni Storm did for Mariah May? Every time Toni Storm got in there with somebody, she elevated them while elevating herself. Also, Toni Storm went through multiple characters before she found her strength. Sasha Banks is still running around here with this same character, the same CEO character. That's the same character. So I hope Tony Khan do right. Like I say, I hope he do right by this match right here, because this is definitely a good match. But we got to stop hyping Sasha Banks up. We got to stop pumping her up. I don't know why we pump Sasha Banks up. You know what I mean? And she's not black. So if that's why y'all be trying to get behind this woman, because y'all looking for the black savior. She's not black. Amber Moon and Athena is black. If that have anything to do with it. It shouldn't, but God knows why the IWC be getting behind people and pushing them to the moon, and they not all that. Sasha Banks is not all that. Miss Mercedes Moné is not all that. All right, guys, let's go to the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about this match. Do you want to see it? How would you book it? Let's get it, y'all. Like, share, and only subscribe if you're a wrestling friend. All right, guys.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.